Number 2 is W.R. Hahn's Classy Vigora. She's by Vigors out of the mare, a lot of class. She's trained by Charlie Comiskey and ridden by Rick Privitera. And Thanks Papa will complete the field. We're just about ready to go 1 mile in this evening's feature race. The Fleet Diver Handicap, all in line. There they go. Classy Vigora broke first. Foxy Envoy and Shane's Last both want the lead. More Torque is between horses, and Thanks Papa's on the outside. Into the clubhouse turn. Shane's Last, she's sharp tonight on the rail. Takes the lead a length and 1/2. Foxy Envoy is second, the same margin back. It's Classy Vigora in third. More Torque by Thanks Papa. She trails. Going around the clubhouse turn, heading for the back stretch. Shane's Last, leading by a length and 1/2. It's Foxy Envoy taking dead aim second, and moving out Classy Vigora's going out, and she'll step it up a bit. 4 lengths back. There's More Torque, and Thanks Papa's in no hurry. Got by the quarter in 22 and 4. Heading for the half mile. Shane's Last keeps it by 1 length. Quickly, Classy Vigora shifts gears and challenges. Classy Vigora's going to go get ahead in front. That's Shane's Last now responding back at her. Those two going stride for stride. It's Foxy Envoy still holding her own in third. Then it's Thanks Papa trying to get going down at the rail. More Torque trails. Round the turn. The Comiskey filly gets the lead just by a neck. On the outside, Classy Vigora. Shane's Last down at the rail. Foxy Envoy still digging in. Doocy's trying to crank it up with Thanks Papa. They're in the stretch. The Fleet Divers, the feature tonight. It's Classy Vigora, 1 length. Driving on the rail. Shane's Last is second. Here's the Brinson filly kicking it in. Little gray thing. Thanks Papa on the outside. What about Shane's Last driving back on the rail? Shane's Last coming on again. Classy Vigora. Number 2, Classy Vigora, the unofficial winner. 1, Shane's Last second, and 5, Thanks Papa third. 4, More Torque was fourth. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle, presenting the trophy to the winning connections of tonight's Fleet Diver Handicap. On behalf of the California Thoroughbred Breeders Association is Miss Linda Cornell, Northern California representative for the CTBA. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Miss Linda Cornell. In the winner's circle is the 2, Classy Vigora. She's a 3-year-old bay filly sired by Vigors, bred by her owner, W.R. Hahn, in California. Out of the mare, lots of class. Charlie Comiskey, the trainer, and Rick Privitera did the riding in 136 and 3. The 11th and feature race, the 22nd running of the Fleet Diver, goes to Classy Vigora, number 2. 1, Shane's Last second, and the 5, Thanks Papa third. 2-1 exact of $47. Number 2 races for Victor Casasa Jr. and Mano Frangadecas. Steady Silver. Steady Silver is by Stansted out of Silver Moccasin. Guy Brown, the trainer, and Tim Doocy rides at 114. Shelter Us in, Steady Silver, Hard Rock Hank, waiting on Bowles Alliance. 6 furlongs, there they go. From the rails, Shelter Us trying for the early lead, and Steady Silver's out second with Hard Rock Hank and Bowles Alliance moving up quickly in the middle of the backstretch to challenge. They go down the backstretch, very close bunch on the outside. Bowles Alliance now gets ahead in front. From the rail, Shelter Us is in second. That's Steady Silver trying to get a little racing room in third ahead over Hard Rock Hank as they head to the turn. On the lead, it's Bose Alliance showing in front by a neck. On the rail, Shelter Us, and going up quickly is Steady Silver to challenge from the outside. Hard Rock Hank is right at those around the turn. Bose Alliance on the inside showing in front ahead. Steady Silver is alongside challenging. Hard Rock Hank is right there. They turn for home. Shelter Us fell back, turning into the stretch. It's Bose Alliance down at the rail. Steady Silver in the middle of the racetrack, driving up again. Steady Silver on the outside gets the lead from Bose Alliance, and Hard Rock Hank's putting in a run on the outside. Steady Silver has the lead, driving hard. Hard Rock Hank with one last run. Steady Silver. Returning to the winner's circle for today's feature race, the Ormondale Handicap is number 2, Steady Silver. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle. Presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Ormondale Handicap is Mr. Lee Tucker, a director of the Bay Meadows Operating Company. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Mr. Lee Tucker. Steady Silver, number 2, is a 4-year-old bay gelding by Stansted, bred by the Clearview Farms, out of the mare Silver Moccasin, racing for the partnership of Victor Casassa Jr. and Manos Frangadakis. Guy Brown, the trainer. Tim Doocy, the rocking chair, up in 110 and 2. Photo showed number 3, Hard Rock Hank, finished second. Number 4, Bose Alliance, third. And Shelter Us, fourth. The 11th race, the 24th running of the Ormondale Handicap official. Steady Silver first. Number 3, Hard Rock Hank second. Bose Alliance third. 2-3 exacta, $110. Here's the field for the San Mateo County Sophomore Handicap. 1 is Makaliha. Makaliha is a 3-year-old bay colt by Never Tabled out of the mare Flash a Smile. She races for the Howard stable, C.L. Utley. C.L. Utley trained, and Tom Chapman rides high-weighted at 121. In post 2 is 4 Courts, a 3-year-old bay gelding sired by Aaron's Isle out of the mare Libel and Ha. Bred in Kentucky, owned and trained by Brian Sweeney. Lute Proctor rides at 114. That's 6 over the weight. Number 3 is Staying Tougher by Cuchillo out of the mare Sullivan Native. Owned by the New Horizon Partnership and trained by John Stoker. The jockey is Tony Castanon at 116. On the outside is Green, the Thumb Farm Stables, What a Sorrows. Sired by Sorrows out of the mare Lovable Miss. He is trained by Robert Wingfield, and the jockey is Rick Privitera. That's the field for this afternoon's feature race, the San Mateo County Sophomore Handicap. Out of Mateo County Sophomore Handicap, it is now post time. Makaliha going in. He's in 4-5 on the board. Just a little bit more bet on him. He's the favorite. 4 courts. Longest shot on the board. Staying's tougher at even money. Waiting on What a Sorrows. 6-1 on the board. Field to 4 in the feature race. All in the gate. There they go. Middle of the racetrack, Staying's tougher, breaks first. Makaliha up at the rail. Those two are going to go heads apart into the clubhouse turn. 4 courts, back of those, and What a Sorrows is positioned in the middle of the track. They're into the bend, and on the rail, Makaliha puts ahead in front. Just a little brush there, and Staying's tougher's off of him now. He's second on the outside. They're both relaxing well as they head around the clubhouse turn. The two, four courts is on the inside with What a Sorrows, just a neck back off of him. Now they head to the backstretch after the quarter in 23-3, and Makaliha from the rail. He used his post and he gets the lead. He's a neck in front of Staying's tougher. Length and a half back, What a Sorrows. Because of the slow pace, he's right at the leaders. So is 4 courts, who's down on the inside. 4 of them get by the half in 47 2/5. And it's Makaliha still leading on the rail by a neck. Staying's tougher's pressuring now, and they begin to pick it up just a bit. The inside, there's 4 courts, and What a Sorrows. Round the turn, Staying's tougher on the outside. Makaliha, these two match racing the whole way. And on the inside, 4 courts, and What a Sorrows still stay together. As I mentioned before, this could be a 2-horse race, and it's Makaliha on the rail, top of the stretch. The outside, Staying's tougher. They have drawn clear, length and a half of the other two, and they're in the stretch. And Staying's tougher, in tight at the rail, Makaliha. Makaliha's driving on the inside, and Staying's tougher on the outside gets the lead. He's got a half a length. He's got 1. Staying's tougher's going the better of the 2. It's Staying's tougher, Makaliha, 4 courts. Staying's tougher in front. Returning to the winner's circle for the 7th race, the San Mateo County Sophomore Handicap is number 3, Staying's Tougher. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle. Presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's San Mateo County Sophomore Handicap is Mr. George McDermott, Racing Committee Chairman of the Alameda County Fair at Pleasanton. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Mr. George McDermott. In the winner's circle, number 3, Staying's Tougher, a 3-year-old chestnut gelding by Cuchillo, out of the mare Sullivan Native, racing for the New Horizon Partnership and trained by John Stoker. Tony Castanon did the riding in 1:42-4. Seventh race official. Number 3, Stings Tougher first. 1, Makalia second. 4, Courts. The 2 finished third. 3 1 exact of $14. Here's the field for the Mid-Peninsula Stakes. 1A is Please Return by Pirates Bounty out of the mare Stolen Heart, bred in California. Racing for Clayton and Pash. Chris Pash trained along with Gerald Holmes. Campbell is up at 113. Number 2 is the Miller Trick by the Miller out of the mare Irma Ladouce. Racing for L.C. McElhenney. Leonard Shoemaker and Sergio Ledesma, the trainers. Joe Steiner rides at 114. 3 is Crystal's Game. He's undefeated and races for George Warwick by Crystal Water out of Pallure Game. James Vince trained. And Tim Doocy rides at 121. Number 4 is Bluegrass Law by Highland Park out of Keep It Legal. Racing for Frank Lonergan. Jeff Bondi and Tommy Nelson trained, and Roberto Gonzalez does the riding. 5 is Charmonier by Bataneer out of Fager's Charm, owned by Robert H. Walter. Trained by Donald Eccleberry. Luis Ortega rides at 114 pounds. On the outside is Sentinel Farms, Russell Young's, Captain Can Do by Hyborian out of the mare Snuff and Frolic. Trained by Mike Larson. Ron Warren Jr. rides at 115 pounds. The 11th race, they'll go to the gate in 8 minutes. This completes the late triple and off. They're all in except for Please Return. Miller Trick, the favorite, Crystal's Game, Bluegrass Law, Charmonier, Captain Can Do. They're all in the gate now. Mid-Peninsula Stakes, Colts, and Geldings, all in line. There they go. Along the inside, it's the Miller Trick and Crystal's Game now taking the lead, and far outside, Captain Can Do. He's under the gun. And there goes Bluegrass Law. Gonzalez is just hustling him up between horses to get the lead. Far outside, it's Please Return, and trailing early is Charmonier, but he's going up and he's full of run. 22 and 3. And the 2-year-olds head for the far turn. The undefeated Crystal's Game keeps the lead now by 1 length, racing just off the rail. Then in second, that's Bluegrass Law. Captain Can Do's on the outside, and Charmonier, who chased the front runner home last week, is up at him at the rail. 1A, Please Return, in his debut is 5th. And the Miller Trick trailed. They're by the quarter, come off the turn and straighten for home. And down at the rail, Crystal's Game. And game's the word. He's a game one. Crystal's Game on driving out there now by 2. Turn Captain Can Do away and down on the fence. Charmonier's going to come on and get by the 6. It's going to be Crystal's Game in front in the Mid-Peninsula Stakes, and Charmonier right behind. Crystal Water out of Pallure Game. Bred by George M. Warwick, his owner, the Clearview Farms. Trained by James Vance. Tim Doocy did the riding and won 10-2. A riding triple this afternoon for Jockey Doocy. Introducing the field for the Bayshore Juvenile Stakes. 1 in the entry is Rambling Gambler by a new design out of a living doll, bred in Washington by Wade Schuler. Mike Torsdahl owned and trained. Wade Schuler, the assistant trainer, and Steve Burns rides. Breaking from post position number 4. In post 9 is 1A, Designed to Win by a new design out of Tina Terra, also a Washington bred, racing for Margaret D. Klinger. Mike Torsdahl and Wade Schuler, the trainers, and Dallin Thomas will do the riding. 2 is More for Baldy by Barrymore out of Little Baldy Go, a Calbred owned by Ann Bashian. E.R. Hanford trained, and Jimmy Burns does the riding. 3 is Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Merling's Barrymores Gem by Barrymore out of the mare Mid-Gem, a Calbred trained by John Martin. Lute Proctor rides at 1:15 from post 2. Skidoo Bucks is the 4, owned and trained by Leonard Krause, by Skidoo Tal out of Snappy Sassy Bar, also a Calbred, and ridden by Brian Campbell. In post 5 is number 5, Victor Rodas High Player by Hyenas Port out of Easy Player, a California-bred trained by Brian Corner. O.A. Martinez is the jockey. 6 is Barry's Rich Chick by Barrymore out of the mare Kim Sugo, owned by Violet L. Leak. Bob Ingebrigtsen, the trainer, and Tony Noguez rides at 1:17. 7 is El Rero by L. Ray Berner out of Yorsal Rare. The owner is L. Dean Harrington, Rodney Hart the trainer, and the jockey is Chad Schwanefeld. On the outside is Quarter Toy by A. Bodino Bomber out of Black Mamba. Corbett M. Johnson is the owner, and Gene Balding is the trainer. Danny Bogra, Quarter Toy. All in the gate. Designed to Win on the outside. Ready to go. Bayshore Juveniles, they're running. Down on the inside, More for Baldy breaks on top, has the lead. Barrymore's Gem out there in the middle of the racetrack. High Player coming on. High Player in the middle of the track. It's Barrymore's Gem and High Player right now, with Barry's Rich Chick on the outside. Barrymore's Gem in a drive. Returning to the winner's circle for the Bayshore Juvenile Stakes, number 3, Barrymores Gem. 2-year-old chestnut filly by Barrymore out of the mare Mid-Gem, a California-bred. Bred by the owners, Mr. and Mrs. Kenneth Merling, trained by John Martin. Lute Proctor did the riding in 17 and 87/100ths. Twelfth race official, number 3, Barrymore's Gem first, 6 of Barry's Rich Chick second, 5 High Player third. Maurice, number 3, should read Bay Colt. Number 6, Nagask, 3 pounds over. 6 minutes till post time. Introducing the field for the California Gold Cup for Arabians at 1 1/8 miles. Harbor Lights is on the rail, carrying 121 pounds, and jockey Frank Casada. Races for Diane K. Monty, and the trainer is Gary Brislin. Number 2 is Soaring Michael. Soaring Michael races for Ray or Jane R. Tooch. Crystal Milewiski is the trainer, and Monica Stanley's up at 1:15. 3 is Maurice. Maurice races for the partnership of Thomas Blythe and Richard Romaine. Charles Pollard is the trainer, and Chad Schwanefelt rides at 118 pounds. 4 is F.A. Staccato, racing for F.A. Staccato Partners, also trained by Gary Brislin, and Rick Privitera is the jockey, the weight 114. High weighted in the field is number 5, Magna Terra Smokey. He's a stakes winner who's owned and trained by Barbara Jagoda. Ralph Pauline is up. The outside horse is Nagask. The race is for Burnett and Sykes. Debbie Barnes, the trainer, and Arta Choa is the jockey at 115 pounds. There's 5 minutes for wagering on the California. Race 2 from Bay Meadows. It's post time. California Gold Cup. There they go. Soaring Michael came away the best. Middle of the racetrack, Magna Terra Smokey's going to take the lead. F.A. Staccato between horses. Down at the rail, Harbor Lights is next. Back to Nagask, and the trailer early is Maurice. Going for the turn, Harbor Lights on the inside in front ahead. Magna Terra Smokey is next on the outside as they get into that turn. Right between horses, Soaring Michael. Length and a half back, Nagask moved up on the outside. He's into fourth, about 5 lengths back on the rail. F.A. Staccato, a neck over Maurice as the field goes for the back stretch. 26 for the quarter, and Magna Terra Smokey, the champion, he's out there by 2. In second, Nagask. Couple of gray horses chasing each other on the front end. 5-6 down the back stretch. Right there on the rail, Harbor Lights. His next by ahead, about 4 lengths back. Soaring Michael fell back. And the 2 trailers, 4-3. F.A. Staccato and Maurice. They're battling it out about 15 back. As they go down the back stretch to half and 52-2. And Magna Terra Smokey, Pauline sitting up on top of his neck, and he's just hand-riding him around there, and Harbor Lights is after him on the turn. Nagask is still in contention. As they go to the 5/16 marker, 10 lengths back, Soaring Michael keeps fourth. F.A. Staccato with a rough start, he's 5th. He's got still 10 to make up, and Maurice round the turn. Nagask moved through on the inside to get by Harbor Lights, but there's no change on the front end. It's Magna Terra Smokey showing in front, 2.5 lengths driving. Nagask is second, Harbor Lights in the middle of the racetrack as they come through the stretch. It's still Magna Terra Smokey showing in front, out there by 6 open lengths. Nagask trying to hold on for second over Harbor Lights, but it's Magna, Terra, Smokey in front. In the winner's circle for the California Gold Cup, number 5, Magna, Terra, Smokey. He's a 4-year-old gray gelding sired by S.W. David out of the Marisaronga, owned and trained by Barbara Jagoda. Ralph Pauline did the riding in 2:04 and 4/5 seconds. And that establishes a course record for 1 1/8 for the Arabians. Number 1, Harbor Lights, finished 3rd. The 4, F.A. Staccato, was 4th. Race 2 official, number 5, Magna, Terra, Smokey first, 6, Nagask second, the 1, Harbor Lights third, 5-6 exact at $89.50. Here's the field. Number 1 is Polished Pride, 7-year-old brown gelding by Joyful Hope out of Miss Peggy Pride, owned by Smith and Smythe. Frank J. Montleone, the trainer, along with assistant trainer Linda Mickus. Kip Didrikson does the riding at 122. Number 2 is Whittle a Bug by Master Hand out of Chickbug, owned by Rodney Hart, trained by Ray and Ruby Thomas. Tony Noguez is the jockey. Number 3 is Raymond Arroyo's Chicks Winning Copy by Special Effort out of Winning Copy, trained by Gene Balding and Danny Bogrides at 118. 4 is Bob Bafford's Easygo Effort by Special Effort out of Easygo Chickie, trained by Brett Lane and Shane Chipman. Lute Proctor does the riding at 118. The outside horse is Woodstock's Chick by Woodstock Brown out of Bubbling Chick. The owner is Alfred M. McMurtry. Ed and Ruth Burdick are the trainers, and the jockey is Jimmy Burns. Post for the San Mateo Stake at 350 yards in 6 minutes. Race 5. from Bay Meadows. It's post time. The San Mateo Stakes at 350 yards. Only one more to go in, Woodstock Chick. Paula's Pride, Whittle a Bug, Chick's Winning Copy, Easygo Effort, and Woodstock Chick. They're all in the gate. They're running. Between horses goes Easygo Effort on top. Polish Pride down at the inside. Whittle a Bug right there too. Polish Pride along the inside driving hard. Easygo Effort has the lead in the middle of the track. Headed ahead now with Whittle a Bug on the rail. It's Easygo Effort. For returning to the winner's circle for the San Mateo Stake, number 4, Easygo Effort. 5-year-old roan gelding by Special Effort out of the mare Easygo Chicky, owned by Bob Baffert, trained by Brett Lane and Shane Chipman. Lute Proctor did the riding in 17 and 7700s. Photo remains for place and show. Hold all tickets. Race 5, the San Mateo Stake official. 4, Easygo Effort first. 2, Whittle a Bug second. Paula's Pride, number 1, finished third. 4-2 exacta, $59. We're on to the 6th race. Race 6 starts the early triple. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Number 8, Jetta High, 1 pound over. Post in 21 minutes at 3:13. Introducing the field for today's Lady Morvich Handicap. At the rail is Wings and Rings by Wing Out of the mare Royal Marriage, a California-bred, racing for Richard Miller, trained by his owner. Sub-trainer is Joe Brooks, and Rick Privitera at 108 pounds is the jockey. Number 2 is Book Collector. Book Collector is a 5-year-old bay mare by Irish River. She races for the Golden Eagle Farms, trained by Alan Severinsen and Denise Dietrich. Ron Warren Jr. rides at 119. 3 in the post parade is Baba Rouge by Debonair Roger out of the mare Rulin' Joe, California-bred, owned by Paul Dallas. Brad O'Neill is the trainer, and the jockey is Thomas Chapman at 114. Here's the 4 next, Height Light by Sloopy out of the mare Powerless. She's a Florida-bred, racing for Janice Rowe. Jerry Hollendorfer and Dale Bishop, the trainers, and Ricky Fraser is the jockey. 5 is Amy Louise. She's by Jumping Hill out of the mare Constantina. owned by Thomas M. Stewart. Doug Utley and Jack Hames, the trainers. Roberto Gonzalez rides at 118. The outside is Lots of Gas by Flying Paster. Out of the mare, Gladdy Reb, a cowbred racing for George Aurelican Farms Incorporated, trained by Barry Tritchard. Joe Judice rides at 119. That's the field for the Lady Morvich Handicap, completing the late triple, offering a $5 exacta, 8 minutes till post. Last time Jerry Hollendorfer trained. Frazier up, 115. Amy Louise is in there, and Lots of Gas now, both stakes winners. There they go. Amy Louise broke alertly, got in front but quickly. Lots of gas on the outside, going to get the lead. Baba Rouge, then between horses, Height Lights in tight. She's fourth. Book Collector's getting a clear shot down on the rail as they hit into that clubhouse turn. Wings and Rings trails. They go around the turn, and it's Lots of Gas showing in front now by a length and a half. Baba Rouge now into second with Height Light racing in third. She's got a clear path now. Book Collector moved up on the rail into contention as they hit the back stretch. The final two, Amy Louise and Wings and Rings, is trailed from the start. Go down the back stretch. It's Lots of Gas out where she likes to be, 3/4 of a length. Warren's got a lot of horse. It's Book Collector up at the rail to challenge. 1 length back. Baba Rouge settled down right off of those. Amy Louise, she scooted through, and now she's fourth. Height Light is on the outside. She's in the middle of the back stretch, and Wings and Rings. They're heading around the far turn. Lot of Gas continuing to lead after a half in 46 and 3. Now Baba Rouge putting in a run, running by Book Collector, who's been down on the pine. Amy Louise coming around. Height Light trying to rally, and Wings and Rings has yet to reach contention. Here's the quarter pole. Lots of Gas out there. She's got the lead, making the rest going to the whip. Baba Rouge already driving. Book Collector tried her the whole way from the inside. The Utley fillies trying to put in a game run now. Amy Louise down on the fence. Lots of Gas. Baba Rouge finding her second win. Height Light on the outside across the track. Now it's Baba Rouge and Height Light with Lots of Gas at the rail. Baba Rouge gonna win the Lady Morvich. Returning to the winner's circle for the 11th race, number 3, Baba Rouge. May we direct your attention to the winner's circle, presenting a beautiful floral bouquet and trophy to the winning connections of today's Lady Morvich Handicap, our Northern California turf riders, Ellen and Ron Parker. Ellen Parker is a correspondent for the monthly magazine, The Thoroughbred of California, and Ron is a correspondent for the weekly publication, Racing Action. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Ellen and Ron Parker. In the winner's circle, the 3, Baba Rouge, 4-year-old chestnut filly by Debonair Roger out of Roland Joe, racing for Paul Dallas and trained by Brad O'Neill. Winning jockey Thomas Chapman in 142 and 4. The photo showed that number 4, Height Light, was second over number 6, Lots of Gas. 5, Amy Louise, fourth. Riding triple for jockey Thomas Chapman. The 11th and feature race, the 22nd running of the Lady Morvich official. Baba Rouge first, number 3. 4, Height Light second. 6, Lot of Gas, finish third. 3, 4, exacta $110.50. In the late triple, the winning numbers: 3, Troopers Premier, 5, Wonder Plum, and number 3, Baba Rouge, $828. In this race, scratch 1A, My Kid Domino, 9 going to post. Few overweights. Number 3, Cracklin' Last, 2 pounds over. 6, 2, Icy, 2 pounds overweight. And Aces Double carries 2 pounds over. Here's the field for the Appaloosa California-bred Futurity. Number 1 is My Dandy Domino, racing for Kathleen B. Smart, trained by Jerry Jackson. And Kelly Jackson, Danny Bogue is the jockey. 1A is Scratch, 2 is Southern Dance. Racing for John Valove, trained by David Danichuk. Lute Proctor is doing the riding at 118. 3 is Cracklin' Lass. Racing for Roman Rudy. Ray and Ruby Thomas are the trainers, and the jockey is Nate Hubbard. Number 4 is Big Dave, racing for Kilgore or Wright. Rito Castellanos the trainer, and Roberto Gonzalez is the jockey. 5 is Trump to Win, racing for Gerald Barnes, trained by Calvin Mims, and Dallin Thomas is the rider. 2 Icy is number 6, racing for Folk Human and Inui. Calvin Mims the trainer, and Tony Noguez does the riding. 7 Little Woody is owned by Pauline Walker, trained by Van and Justin Walker, and Arda Choa is the jockey. 8 is Aces Double, owned and trained by R.L. Martin. Chad Schwanefelt does the riding. The outside horse is Mechanic. Mechanic is owned by Henning and Susan Cott. Ed Burdick and Ruby Burdick the trainers. Jimmy Burns is the jockey. Post for the 5th race in 5 minutes. The heavy favorite at 1-2. They're going in the gate. My Dandy Domino is in. Southern Dance, Cracklin' Lass, Big Dave. Trumps to Win is in. 2 Icy. Little Woody. Aces Double move forward. We're just waiting for the Mechanic. They're all in the gate, set to go. There they go. And Big Dave wastes no time. He goes right to the front, far outside. Little Woody, Aces Double, and the Mechanic all gunning for good position. Southern Dance back at the rail as they head to the turn. Then down between horses, Trumps to Win on the rail. There's My Dandy Domino. And now racing to the outside fence, Little Woody took out Aces Double. Round the turn. It's Big Dave. He also raced a little wide as he did last week off the turn. Mechanic is second on the outside, and Trumps to Win's got some run left down on the inside coming on. Into the stretch, Big Dave is straightened up. He'll go to work now and drive. Dallin Thomas with Trumps to Win is driving through along the inside. It's Big Dave set sail for the wire. 3 in front now, and he's drifting out again in the middle of the track. That's a habit with Trumps to Win second and Southern Dance. It's Big Dave. In the winner's circle for the 5th race, the 16th running of the Appaloosa California-bred Futurity, number 4, Big Dave. Big Dave's a 2-year-old bay gelding by Apache Double out of the mare Cereza. Bred in California by Jay Kilgore, racing for Kilgore and Wright. Rito Castellanos, the trainer. Roberto Gonzalez did the riding in 53 and won. A training double for Rito Castellanos. Race 5 official. Number 4, Big Dave first. 5, Trump to win second. With number 2, Southern Dance, finishing third. 4-5 exacta, $97.50. Introducing the field, number 1 is Complicate, a 6-year-old bay horse sired by Trijet out of the mare Spotless, a Florida bred racing for the Lettuce Farm, trained by Barry Knight. Ron Warren Jr. is the jockey at 118 pounds. Number 2 is Fabulous Guy. He's sired by Summertime Guy out of the mare Fabulous Tale. Wind Farm's own James Saul, trained by Rito Castellanos. Raul Caballero rides at 114. 3 is the Suma Stable Zen. He's by Desert Wine, out of the dam Pale Purple, a Calbred, trained by Jim Hilling, and Luis Ortega is the rider at 113. Number 4 is Iberian Gold by Goldenack. He's out of the mare Irish Wave, a Kentucky-bred horse, racing for Sir E. Harrison, Lee C. Neil Drysdale and Jim Hilling are the trainers, and Tom Chapman is the rider. Completing the field on the outside is Marianne Higgity's Chief Terracotta by Wajima out of the mare Clean, a Kentucky bred who was trained by Steve Weiberg, and the rider is Joe Judice at 115. That's the field for the San Matean Handicap on the main track at 1 1/16. Less than 6 minutes for wagering. Fabulous Guy alongside at 11-1. Zen at 4 on the board. Iberian Gold with Chapman is 3-1. And Chief Terracotta completes it on the outside in the lime green silks, 5-1. The San Matean Handicap, they're all in the gate. There they go. Good even start. Chief Terracotta came away the worst, and Complicate the best. He'll go to the front. Complicate on the inside. Zen is out second with Iberian Gold in third. Down at the rail going to be Fabulous Guy. And Chief Terracotta just off of heels, moved out for room. He trails the field. 5 of them into the bin. By the 7/8, it's Complicate. No surprise. Just up on his withers. Warren takes a good snug hold. He's got a length and a half. Zen, he's in second, off 2 wins off the turf, into third from the middle of the backstretch. Chief Terracotta into contention, middle between them. It's Iberian Gold, fourth and neck. Fabulous Guy keeps the rail. They go down the backstretch, 1:23 and run. 1, no problem for Complicate out there a length. Zen is second by 3/4. Then it's Fabulous Guy inching up at the rail. Back to Iberian Gold, middle of the backstretch. Chief Terracotta go by the half in 46 and 1, just a tick quicker. It's Complicate on the rail. The outside Zen. Zen is chasing him, and Fabulous Guy puts the heat on from the rail. Those two still right in contention. Hyperion Gold 3 off him, no change from behind Chief Terracotta. Round that far turn, come to the top of the stretch. At the quarter pole, Complicate just a narrow lead. Zen, he's awful sharp and starting to get good, and he's up to challenge. Zen on the outside, the Desert Wine Colt gets the lead under a left-handed crack. Ortega and Zen to the front past the furlong pole. On the rail, Complicate's not going with him. Fabulous Guy with a late run, but Zen's gonna get his third win. The main track, the San Matean, goes to Zen. Ladies and gentlemen, may we direct your attention to the winner's circle. Presenting the trophy to the winning connections of today's Matean Handicap is Elaine Higashi and Mr. Hiro Higashi. Hiro Higashi, the Director of Racing for the San Mateo County Fair. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a warm welcome for Mr. and Mrs. Hiro Higashi. Returning to the winner's circle for the feature race, the 29th edition of the San Matean is number 3, Zen. Zen is by Desert Wine out of Pale Purple, owned by the Suma stable and trained by Jim Hilling. Ridden to victory today by Luis Ortega in 141. It's official. The San Matean goes to Zen, number 3. Fabulous Guy, second. One Complicate, third. 3-2 exact to $159.